Mr. Yeah, I'm Mr. Liale Honore. I'm presenting on the prevalence of. Okay. So to present about the prevalence and management of rhinosinusitis. Thank you. So I'm presenting on the prevalence and management of rhinosinusitis in developing countries, and the case study here is Mbingo Baptist Hospital, one of the first big, great hospital, reference hospital in Cameroon, found in the northwest region. So our main objective here is to assess the prevalence and management of rhinosinusitis in big Baptist Hospital, and specifically to define and describe that concept in Mbingo Baptist Hospital, to come out with the prevalence of rhinosinusitis and ascertain the standard management of that condition. Why did we choose Mbingo Baptist Hospital? It is simply because it is a reference hospital whereby patients from all over the country, from all of the 10 regions of Cameroon, find themselves and they come there with critical conditions. So, knowing the prevalence of rhinosinusitis will serve as a reference for many other investigations. The prevalence will tend to increase if the condition is well managed at the level of the hospital. This study will go a long way to give information on the total rhinosinusitis cases from 2011 to 2015 in children, teenagers, and adults. It will also portray the management of rhinosinusitis with standardized protocols in the health facilities of concern. So, rhinosinusitis basically it is a persistent inflammatory infectious process affecting the nasal cavities and contiguous paranasal sinuses resulting from interaction of multiple host and environmental factors. And it's commonly called as sinus infections or sinusitis. Worldwide, it is adult in America population, and the worldwide the Nigerian Africans prevalence is very high, so means it is very much in Nigeria. It is more than 35%. But in Cameroon, unfortunately, we have not gotten any um, any data, studied data, investigation, statistics that could give a certain level as far as Cameroon is concerned. So, what is the problem here? We have noticed that the prevalence of allergic rhinitis is much higher in urban and related to other settings. Allergic rhinitis predisposes to development of other airway comorbidities such as allergic asthma, rhinosinusitis, nasal levis, rhinopatrophy otitis media. Actually, what prompted the investigator to carry out this study is because of the frequency of patients hospital to consult, and this was one of the conditions that were among so many conditions that was very high of concern. In Cameroon, as I said, the investigator did not find any readily documented published statistics indicating the cases of rhinosinusitis. So, the methods for this study is a cross-sectional study in which we collected data from 2011 to 2015, January to September. And so we also had cases included 5 case studies in which we studied and found out that out of um, the cases we have, but be it in adult children and teenagers, um, it has been found out that the average prevalence um, of rhinosinusitis was 11.7. But where it was very high was in 2014, where the average where prevalence per year was 13.3. And concerning the cases that we found, the first case present as such, I'm going to read all the cases, but just to show you how it is being managed. So the first case is a 7-year-old male coming in with complaints of catarrh, of yellowish coloration for about 3 weeks, and also associated with excessive chilling, sneezing, mostly at night, difficult bleeding, headache, and is not yet on drugs. Physical examination will also really find out that the patient had discolored rhinorrhea, of yellowish color, had halitosis, was febrile, and after nasal cleaning, inferior turbinates were inflamed, mildly obstructive, and the lungs were clear. So the diagnosis here was acute rhinosinusitis, and the management was concerned about the counseling about the condition, and we also put the patient on antihistamines and gave the child Loratadine, gave nasal spray as well, Sicily, and we gave him a follow-up for 2 weeks. So, and the last case study that we found was a 19 years old male who has been seen and has been managed severally for chronic rhinosinusitis with nasal polyp. He was put on prednisolone systemic steroids for about a month, and then topical steroids, which is a nasal spray, for additional 1 month. He was also given antihistamines for a period of 2 months, antibiotics for 1 month. For that period, for these 2 months periods, the outcome of the treatment was not very satisfactory, as most of the symptoms were still present. He was then asked to do a CT scan that revealed bilateral fullness of the maxillary sinuses. And on examination, we had facial pains, bilateral nasal polyps, and general. So we had clear rhinorrhea with polyps and halitosis, and also was generally stable. The management of this chronic rhinosinusitis with nasal polyp was based on surgical approach and medical approach, which I stated already as it presented. So it was asked them to do a functional, to undergo a functional endoscopic sinus surgery. That was done, and after the surgery was managed, such nasal pack was maintained for 24 hours. Monitor vital signs, monitoring vital signs were done closely, and we maintained him in IV saline and then asked him to have ventilator. After 48 hours, he was discharged when bleeding was controlled. We also gave him a systemic steroid, and then after the pack removal, we gave him a nasal vasoconstrictor drops, which is oxymetazoline. We also gave him antihistamines and antibiotics, and asked him to come for a follow-up in 2 weeks. So these are some of the cases that we actually did. As far as prevalence is concerned, I would like to come back and talk about the number of children seen and diagnosed with rhinosinusitis In 2011, from 2011 to 2015, 72, 112, 98 to 292, respectively. The total number of children from 2011 to 2015 were 677 teenagers, 514 adult, 3,477. So you can see clearly that it's prevalent in adult. And the total number of patients were 4,668 people. So from this, from all these findings, it was clear that the prevalence is high in adults, and in 2015, prevalence got up to 10.5%. 2000, highest in 2011, 13.9%, with a total average of 11.7%. So from the findings, we could say that the management of Rhinosinusitis in Mbingo Baptist Hospital mostly consists of nasal dosing solution, decongestant, corticosteroid spray, and systemic antibiotics, antihistamines. To conclude, from this study, it is worth noticing that the prevalence of Rhinosinusitis is increasing year after year, except of the little curve that was seen in 2015. The prevalence of Rhinosinusitis in Cameroon as of now is 11.7%. So we can say, therefore, that management of this condition in Mbingo Hospital meet international standards to an extent. To relieve the relative stability and prevalence of Rhinosinusitis may show in good management of the cases. So we can say clearly that Mbingo Baptist Hospital, Cameroon, is managing Rhinosinusitis very well and trying to maintain prevalence at the same level. And we will therefore recommend to the Mbingo Baptist Hospital that they should be able to carry out to include some tests in the laboratory like allergic tests, which is not done. They will also be in need to have a CT scan hospital, because patients sometimes go right to other towns or other areas, other towns to do CT scan cancer. Further studies
What only another 2 minutes?
More than children and teenagers. So, thank you for your kind attention. Thank you so much.